So today I lost $1,000 in my funded account on Apex. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happened, why it happened, and also the rule that I'm putting in place now so that this never happens again. Because really, if you're trading on a prop firm account, then this might be the most important thing that I can teach you. Now, by the way, it was just that account. So overall today was an okay day, but in that funded account, I did lose $1,000. And by the way, welcome if you're new here in this channel, Trev Trades. I'm going to be breaking down all of the trades that I'm taking. So my wins, my losses, what I can learn from them, and also what I can teach you guys. So if you guys want to join along for the journey, make sure to subscribe. So first of all, what is a forced trade, right? Because in that account, I was taking forced trades. So with a forced trade, you enter because of just an emotion, not because of a setup. So with a forced trade, you are simply bored. You're frustrated from a previous loss. Maybe you had it on Friday and then on Monday you open and you're just like, okay, let's get a trade. Let's try to make this back quickly, right? You feel like you are ultimately missing the move, and it's ultimately just emotion driven. So the real setup is when you are waiting. So for example, in this profit that I had today, those were from when I was waiting for actual good setups, when my actual criteria lined up, when my risk is simply defined as well. And you take this on any normal day also without thinking. Those were those trades. So in my, my funded account right there, it didn't work out. And ultimately, these are all criteria driven as well. So the problem is that in the moment, forced trades, they feel real and they feel like, partial setups. And this is ultimately what I think makes them so dangerous. And there's also 3 triggers, which I think are, contribute to the main factors of why traders force trades. And also I hit 2 of these today. We'll go over which. So revenge trading. You just took a loss. Your brain wants to make it back right now, right? And you're not trading the market anymore at that point. No, you're trading your emotions. The next is boredom. Nothing is setting up. Market is just kind of choppy. It's going nowhere, right? If you watch people live streaming their trades on YouTube, for example, or Kick or another platform, let's just say, you will see this happen a lot, right? They'll all of a sudden just be super bored and they have no setup, but they're just taking a trade just for their audience to just kind of watch them, I guess. You'll notice that happens so much with people who are, trading live. You just want to do something. So you manufacture a reason to get in. And then there's FOMO. So the market moves super fast. You feel like you're leaving money behind. And so you chase, and chasing almost never ends well. Usually you hit the end of the move. So today I did this, a little bit of revenge trading because I don't think my Friday went that well. So I wanted to kind of hit the market harder today on that specific funded account. And so that was that. And then also boredom. So I didn't have like a setup that I would personally take, but I was just kind of bored. So I just kind of opened up the charts and quickly hopped in. Bad, all around, bad. So the common thread is that none of these are ultimately about the chart. They're all about what's happening in your head. And why this costs you, for example, on a funded account really is that every forced trade moves you closer to the floor. So for example, you have a daily loss limit, right? I hit that today. So the $1,000 hard cap on the 50K account, one bad emotional session, you're just done for the day completely. There's also the trailing drawdown floor as well. So your account can't close below a specific amount. It depends on, of course, which account you purchased on, for example, like let's just say Apex, or for example, if you're using Alpha Futures or another firm. And every forced loss moves you closer to that line ultimately. And then the payout consistency requirement. So you need, for example, on Apex, you need 52,600 to withdraw, and every dollar that is lost on a forced trade is $1. And you have to make that back before even seeing a penny. So ultimately it just compounds, and one bad habit can push your payout back by days or even weeks. And here is the real skill. for example. The best funded traders know when not to trade, right? So I've been reading some interviews with other traders. And for example, you can take a look at Market Wizards or Unknown Market Wizards. These are great books on just, if you want to read like kind of the biographies of different traders, like what they went through and stuff like that, what was in their head. Great book all around. And you'll know and understand that the best funded traders and just traders in general know when not to trade. And not to trade is just as important to trade, but it's honestly, it's huge. Just sitting on your hands is such a huge skill to have in trading. And what most people think is that you need to catch every single move and, you're going to have perfect entries every time and you're just being right as often as possible. But really the actual skill is protecting capital at all costs, sitting out on bad conditions, sitting on your hands, and just knowing when to do nothing, like just chill, just hang out. And today, I let my emotions drive my decisions, and it cost me $1,000 on that account. I'm documenting it, I'm learning from it, and I'm building a system. And also, I think making this channel and these videos is kind of like a journal for me as well to like put this out there. So if you are trading, for example, a funded account right now, then screenshot that checklist, put it next to your screen, and also use it. So that's all I have for this one. If you guys are also interested in signing up to, for example, a prop firm, you can use my link in the top of the description and sign up to Alpha Futures. And from there, you might get a discount when you sign up. And it's a popular firm, just like Apex and others. And it's also one that I'm in the process currently of exploring, and overall is very competitive to Apex's rules and all that as well. So far it has been very good. So that's all I have for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.